Hey guys, it's Lisa here as promised for Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you for being here. And there is something about offers, right? That you make a new offer. It needs space in your life. If you're coaching, if you're mentoring, if you're training, your offer needs space in your life. You've got to, you're going to deliver it. You're going to plan for it. And like anything that is a big possibility, something new, it's usually not convenient. Like for most people I know, and probably for you, there's not just like some big gaping hole in your calendar to go, oh, I've got space to deliver a new program or design some new training or fit in a bunch of new coaching clients, even though we want all of that. So the first thing I want to do is open with saying that this is how new possibilities work. Possibility is this thing when it lands on you, you've got to grab it. Just like when I saw the possibility of coming here with you every Wednesday to be with you live whenever I could, except for when I'm speaking. And so, of course, Wisdom Wednesday number 2, I'm speaking, but I still want to keep my commitment because we came up with so many great topics last week that, I've got more than I could fit in a whole year of Wednesdays. So we're just going to go for it here. And when I come off the stage, I'm going to look at your comments, interact. If you have questions about what I'm talking about here today, we'll jump in there in the comments. And then, in future episodes, when I'm able to be here live, we'll jump on. You can join me on the virtual stage. We can use this Zoom technology to have live video here on Facebook with both of us, and we'll do all those things. But for right now, just a quick contribution, kind of based on the things we were talking about last Wisdom Wednesday, our first one last week. Well, first let me finish that thought. So when possibility lands on you, you've got to grab it, and there's usually never the space in your calendar. The money's not laying around always to do the things you want to do. So you just kind of have to, this is a technical term, shove it in. You have to shove it in your life. You have to shove it in your calendar. You have to shove it into your finances. You have to make it work. So, I'm rearranging things to be free on Wednesdays at this time. And, I said, hey, let's do Wisdom Wednesday. So boom, we're putting it in my calendar and things are already starting to move out of the way. And my backup plan is to come to you on video when I can't come to you live. A lot of you are watching the last episode on video anyway, and I've loved your comments. So thank you for that. Okay, and big announcement too. Tomorrow, I believe, is the kickoff to our podcast, Boost Your Sales and Lifestyle. So I just want you to know we've got, an amazing episode all about how giving can really be a key for fulfillment and growing your business at the same time. It's been something that has been kind of like, I'd say, one of the number one secrets to our ability to help people all over the world and feeling fulfilled in doing it. So, hey buddy. So we're going to talk about giving, the technicals of it. How can you fit giving in? And that's on tomorrow's podcast. So go to iTunes and make sure to subscribe, and then you'll get notified of all episodes coming up. So am I about to have a 14-year-old make a guest appearance? We'll find out. Meet Elijah.
Hi.
I'll be done in like 10 or 15 minutes. All right. You good for that?
Yeah.
Okay. I know what you want.
I'm done with home stuff.
Are you? Okay. He's done with his homework and he wants to go gaming. He's close. He's doing so awesome this year. It's like, how can you say no to a person that's just slaying life in a great way? Okay. So we always like to make a plan during the week around the video stuff because it can get it can get big and really alluring. And we all know it, right? Because we love video too. So there's no harm in that as long as we manage ourselves. So anyway, where was I? Possibility, it lands. You've got to just like shove it into your life, shove it into your finances, right? Going to be talking on the new podcast. So if you want to go to iTunes and search Lisa Sasevich or search Boost Your Sales and Lifestyle, had a lifestyle moment right there. Go ahead and subscribe. You'll get notified. And today, the thing that I wanted to toss over to you is call it the irresistible offer litmus test. So for everything that we're going to talk about on Wisdom Wednesday, last week we talked about how your offer is your life, right? If you're coaching, if you're training, if you're delivering the things that you offer, if you're a service professional, the offers you make, it's so great to make the sale. We want to help people. We want to transform lives, businesses, relationships, finances, all those things. But you got to remember, you're going to do the delivery. So you better love your offer, not just making it, not just making the sale, but delivering it. You better design something that you love, because it really does become your life. And so that was a big aha for some people. And, it makes you kind of go back and look at what you're offering and going, okay, no, this would sell, but do I love it? So here's the litmus test around that. It's just 4 questions that if you run every offer through this, you will make sure that you're not only building your business, but that you are creating a lifestyle that you love at the very same time. So here's the 4 pieces to the irresistible offer litmus test that anytime you're making an offer, you want to run through all 4, especially number 4. Number 1 is you always want to start when crafting an offer with, what is the transformation I want to provide? What's the outcome I want from people from making this offer? I'm just working with a client who, wants to do this high level program with 10 women. I talked about her a little bit last week, and we were starting to do all this delivery, 2 retreats and a year-long thing. And I could just feel her energy crumping. I said, you know what, let's back up a step. We're making a mistake here. We always, before we go to question 2, which is how will I deliver that, right? We got to go to question 1, which is what is the transformation? So when she started talking about, I want to help women reclaim their power and break free of their own glass ceilings and the blocks that hold them back. And, when she started talking about that and got connected to the transformation, game on. Now I had a full player. We were going head to head together in partnership, creating her amazing offer. So after we got clear on the transformation she wanted to deliver, then we say, how will you deliver that? How will you deliver that? Then we could get into, she started saying, I want a retreat. It's a week long. I can see it. It'll be in a really awesome location. There'll be some support calls they'll need to set up and some pre-work for that. There'll be some post calls to make sure it's integrated. All of a sudden, like I shared last week, but not in this much detail, we could see the nuances of this beautiful 5-month offer that we came up with that, she'll offer from her live event, so that the right people, maybe she'll have 50 people at the event and 10 will say, yes, that's worth $10,000 to me to be able to, reclaim myself and my passion on that level. I want to go to that beautiful retreat. I want to do the work with you before, the work with you after. And so she comes up with an offer that is truly irresistible, not just to the client. So when I say irresistible offer, it's so often that we think of the client, but you know what? The offer's got to be irresistible to us too. I'm having a moment. This is an insight for me too. The offer has to be irresistible for us too. This is really what my work is about. It's why the podcast is Boost Your Sales and Lifestyle, because, I have a mission-driven lifestyle business and I support people who want that too. And so, yes, we want your offer to be irresistible. Your ideal client says yes on the spot, but it's got to be irresistible to you too. And that actually brings us to the 3rd and 4th question of the irresistible offer litmus test. What a moment. Anybody getting chills? Anybody getting chills? Chills, anyone? Me. Okay, the 3rd question. So remember, the first question is always, what's the transformation I want to provide with this offer? Then how will I deliver that? Most people are reversing those, and we don't come up with irresistible offers. And then, so once you know the transformation and how you're going to deliver it, the 3rd question is it leveraged? Now, does it have to be leveraged? No. The answer can be a yes or a no, but you need to look. Because if you design something that is, leveraged, meaning it can serve as many people as you have in your heart to serve. So maybe your offer is, I'm going to get up on that stage and I'm going to offer 90 days, 12 weeks of one-on-one coaching calls. And, it's going to be $5,000. And you're like, wow, I made, 20 sales and I made $100,000 using the Speak to Sell formula, little plug for Speak to Sell. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I have 20 calls a week to plug into my schedule. And that's not like with the other work I need to do. And I have kids and I was planning to work part-time. And all of a sudden you're like, that wasn't leveraged. I wonder if I needed to do a call a month for 90 days and then the rest of it is led in group programs. Maybe I need to look and see if my work can get the result that way. You go back to question 1. Can I get the transformation? Could I deliver it this more leveraged way? And that's why you ask the is it leveraged question. If you're someone saying you want to help thousands of people, right, but you're using an offer that is not helping more than one person at a time, there starts to be a disconnect there. Or maybe you're someone who wants to make a certain amount of money, right? Maybe that's in the forefront for you. But you have an offer that there's just not enough hours in the day to, even if you sold it and sold it and sold it, you couldn't deliver enough packages, of that offer to make the money you had planned. So there's sort of a lie in the space, right? We're missing something. It's a blind spot. Maybe not a lie, meaning like it has a negative intention, but it's a blind spot is more accurate. So is it leveraged? And, you need to kind of balance out the delivery, the money you want to make, the number of people you want to help. We need to make that equation work. Okay, it's what we spend a lot of time, coaching and mentoring people on in our Sales Authenticity and Success year-long mastermind program, because that training your offer is your life. I don't know how else to say it. And then number 4 is kind of back to where we started. You look at all that, the transformation you want to provide, the way you're going to provide it, how many people can it serve, how much money can it make based, does it fit your markers for your vision? And then number 4, do I love it? Do I love it? Do I look at this and go, I cannot wait to lead that women's retreat. I just see me going with these 10 women to Bali. I've always wanted to go there myself. I can just picture that we're going to be in the right environment. There's certain deep work I want to do. You've got it. You're excited. Because listen, here's another thing about offers, especially if you're speaking from stages, even video, right? Webinars, people can see you. They can hear your voice. People can tell if you don't love it. I remember getting asked a couple of years ago to speak on this big stage. It was a stadium, 13,000 people. I joke that I should have done the back of my hair because I got there and it was a stadium, people all the way around. I was on a stage in the middle and I was on all the big screens and I had to learn how to kind of not spin in circles because people were around. And usually you speak, they can't see the back of your hair, ladies, but on this occasion they could. So, I remember there was another speaker that had been doing the circuit of these big stadium events for years, and he was selling a stock program, one of those programs where if it's red, you sell, and if it's green, you buy. And he was a great salesperson, a great pitch man. The offer was irresistible. It sounded so easy, you just follow the red and green and you're going to become rich. And, but man, you just could tell he had said this pitch one too many times. He couldn't wait to get off the stage. He had nothing to do with the delivery. People bought, but it didn't feel good. It was like you bought, there was some greed place inside. I don't know, but there was not this supportive, excited, confident. The confidence was there. I don't know. The love was missing. I don't know how else to say it. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. That's why the 4th question is, do I love it? And listen, you might love your offer and you're doing it that way for a few years. And then all of a sudden you don't. Right? You have a baby, right? Maybe you have a baby and you're like, I used to love doing live events, but now I really like doing virtual training. I love getting people together on a platform like Zoom and feeling live like this. And, I'm going to change my business model. I can still make my irresistible offer. And I'll tell you, for those of you not familiar with it, as an example, with our Speak to Sell virtual bootcamp, we purposefully, because of this lifestyle piece, our newest version of it has a way to close the sale live when you're speaking. And then it has an alternative ending for how to close the sale virtually if you're speaking on teleseminars or webinars or videos, right? And so, this stuff matters when you're creating your life and lifestyle. Your offer is your life. So quick review, and I'd love to hear your ahas, you guys. Which one of these 4 questions is the most enlightening? Have you been doing the first 2 in the wrong order? Were you forgetting the do I love it part? And have you been asking the is it leveraged question? So here's the final review. First question, always, you cannot change the order on this. What is the transformation that I want to provide from this offer? Then once you know that, you go, okay, based on that outcome, that transformation, what is the service delivery? How would I deliver that? How many weeks do I need with them? How many one-on-ones? Can I do some of it in a group? Can it be live? Would a workshop work? Would webinars work? You start playing with that. And you take number 3 into consideration. Is it leveraged? Can I help enough people? Or at my price point, can I make enough money? Those things have to converge. And the most important question, who can type it in here? Who is listening? A pluses today. Do you love it? Right? If you love your offer, people can tell you're truly excited when you get a new client, and they stick because they're excited too. I think there was an insight here today for sure for me. It's like, yes, your offer, if you love it, your offer truly is irresistible, not just to them, but also to you. And for me, there's an illumination there, right? That's what makes a truly irresistible offer. So thanks for being here with me. Again, the only excuse to not be here live on our campus, the only excuse to not show up live, for example, to a mastermind retreat is that you were speaking. So I'm using that card today and may have to use it one more time this month. But this is a new possibility. Putting this Wisdom Wednesday for us to have this time, it's new. So like any big possibility, you just got to shove it in your calendar. It's never convenient. There's never usually a space. You just got to find the money for stuff. You got to shove it in your calendar. And eventually, when it's a real possibility and you stay committed, other things just move out of the way. Other expenses disappear. More money shows up. Space in the calendar starts to appear. It's already happening with our planning with this. And simultaneously, we are launching the new podcast tomorrow. So again, don't forget to go over to iTunes and get subscribed there. I've been playing on Instagram too. This is the year of intimacy for me. So please join me. We can figure all this out together, right? All right. Thanks for being with me. Mwah. Make sure you love it. Make sure it's not just irresistible to them, but also to you.